Hey guys, welcome to my 10th daily video. This is my 10th one. I did a few prior to that, I did a few Saturday ones, so really I think it's like 13th, 14th. But since doing it every weekday, this is my 10th one. So we're killing it, we're getting this into a consistent habit so it becomes a consistent habit. As you know, if you're new to the channel, new to the page, wherever you're watching this, my channel is about... what it's about is about my entrepreneurial journey, and how can you learn from that is basically every day I curate what I learn. So as entrepreneurs, we know that we learn lots for each day, and I curate what I learn into content that'll be of value to you. I've done loads of videos on all sorts of things, sort of understanding mind, motivation, how to do killer to-do lists, all sorts of really fun videos that you can gain serious value from. Today's is a massive one. This is something I've been struggling with a lot recently. It's about knowing your value. Knowing your value. Stay tuned. So what do I mean by knowing your value? It's an interesting one, isn't it? To be truly confident with how you value yourself. Now this is so key in business. You have to know how you're going to value yourself, how you're going to be able to compete with other competitors. So you've got a competitive price, but you're not underpricing yourself, so you're getting the money to fund your business and obviously make a profit. That's what we all want at the end, don't we guys? We want a profit. So it's so important, and as a startup myself and going through this process of knowing how to value myself, because now it's going to be actually selling my services as me. So selling my services, my digital marketing services. So I have to actually value me. It's no more valuing the products I sell, valuing the website or anything like that, anything retail. It's about actually valuing my personal abilities. So I've been struggling with this recently, guys, because it's a bit of a weird one. It really is. It's a bit of a strange one, trying to value yourself and then basically saying that to the person you're trying to get on board, the client, and trying to get on board and say, yeah, I'm this much an hour, this month. I don't know. It's just those first steps of being confident with it, I'm finding really hard. So why I've made this video is, one, that's been a struggle for the past few weeks, and two, I had a great coaching session with a great girl from Elite Networking Club, great networking club that I go to. She's from Make It Happen. It's through the Elite Networking Club, Make It Happen, great organisation. And basically, I did have a free coaching session with her, and it was great. And she opened my eyes to knowing my value and how I've been avoiding it. She really did sort of get to grips and get deep with how I've been avoiding the money side of things. Because I don't know, I struggle to value myself. I'm just not confident with it at the moment. So this is the video that I've learned from some stuff from her, some stuff I've learned from my mentors, and stuff I've been learning the past few weeks, and I've been slowly implementing. I'm still in the process of learning this to make sure I probably value myself. Like, for instance, I'm currently writing up a media pack so I can, and obviously one of those pages will have to have my price on. Not got to that page yet, but I'm in the process. So again, it's so raw and organic, these videos. It's based on my learning, and I'm going to create it. It's content that you gain value from. So where does it start with value? There's going to be 5 tips on knowing your value, but sort of where does it start first? So as you know, I like to put a bit of background. But the things I've been struggling with is, you've got to have confidence with your value. You've got to have confidence. You've got to give results, and you have to be comfortable with asking for money. I mean, those are the 3 things sort of I've been trying to ensure. I feel I have confidence in other areas, but I just don't have confidence in asking up front for an evaluation of myself and to ask money for my services. Even though I know my services of great value, I don't know. It's something I just don't feel confident in, and something I'm slowly developing. I might be able to go speak in front of 50 to 100 people and feel really confident, but this I don't. It's a weird one. It's just our minds play funny things on us. So I have to get to the stage where I'm comfortable for asking my price, and by being comfortable, I have to truly know that I'm going to give the results that I promise. So having the results and knowing you can create the results, it's so important. And I'm going to dive that into more. I'll throw a few things. I'm not trying to sell myself. I'm just saying I do have a reason to be able to sell myself strong. For instance, a client I've been involved with. I've been doing their digital marketing. I've been with them for 3 months now, I believe, and I've increased their sales by 30%. I nailed their first so I increased their sales by 30%. Their first US, they've been trying to break into the US for 2 years now. I'd nailed the first US retailer. The first US retailer, and I'm in the process of gaining partnership with Amazon and Target, which are like huge. And another client I'm working with is I'm filling events between 50 to 100 people, and I've never done that before. Now, I'm not trying to sell myself, guys. I'm just trying to say I do have the results. So don't you think these big results would be like, oh, well, you should be confident with yourself. I'm just trying to give you a bit of background to the video. And like, yeah, I'm proud of that, and I know I'm good at what I do. I can always develop for sure. But I don't know, it's funny, I just struggle to just ask the question of and really truly value myself. So these are 5 tips that through my coaching session today, through my mentors, and just through the past few weeks to understanding it, what I've gained from them and what they've taught me in order to understand your value, okay? And how you can carry on your value. It's a very important one. And that's actually what we're going to start off with, number 1. So, number one, this hand. Number 1, always be looking to increase your value in order to increase your price. Number 1, always be looking to increase your value in order to increase your price. Okay, so you don't want to stay stagnant, do you? You don't want to just stay at the same price, because if you're at the same price for 5 years, I mean, do you not learn in those 5 years? I know for sure in the past 2 years I've learned loads, and I've come up leaps and bounds in so many areas, so my value goes on hugely. So how do you increase your value? Simple. Learning. It's as simple as it is. We learn every day. But obviously learning the right things. I want to become a master in digital marketing, so I go to digital marketing masterclasses. I did that last weekend, and now I'm in the process of implementing it, so I make sure the knowledge is actually imprinted in my mind. So you should always be learning, always be pushing yourself, even if you have a good clientele, even if you have a good client list and you've got your valuations right, you need to still be learning. 1, to stay ahead of the competition, stay ahead of the game, and 2, make sure you keep those clients. Especially in the digital world, speaking from the digital world, it changes fast. Social media channels, especially Facebook, they're changing algorithms, they're changing the way they do ads. It changes fast, and when it changes fast, if you don't move with it and if you're not up to date with it with certain blogs and articles, then you're going to lose, and you're going to lose out on big opportunities, and that's going to annoy your clients. So you have to, no matter what, there's never a time where you're not going to have to stop learning. It's so crucial, and through increasing your learning, that obviously increases your price. It allows you to increase your price. So it's so important, guys, to do that. And again, another important thing is you should never be decreasing your price. Obviously, you're not going to aim to decrease your price, but you've got to be careful with when you're moving your price about. You should never be, because what does that tell the clientele if you decrease your price by, even if it's by £100 or £5? I mean, decreasing your price, that means you're not confident in what you're giving them. You're not confident in your results. Therefore, you bring down your valuation in order to meet what your value is. That is going to damage your relationships, damage your brand. It's not going to look good. So we're always got to look to be increasing that price. And I've met some people that charge £50 an hour, charge £100 an hour. Then I've met people that charge 10, 15 grand an hour. Okay, it's crazy. I know that sounds mental at the start, but when you start to understand it, you understand how they can do it. They've built a personal brand, they get a valuation, and they've built themselves. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to build myself, build my personal brand, so I can increase my value, so I can give the better results, I can get better relationships, and obviously I can make more money. Always a bonus. So number 1 was always be looking to increase your value in order to increase your price. Number 2, don't be scared to drop or not take on clients if they are unwilling to pay your price. So number 2, don't be scared to drop or not take on clients if they are unwilling to pay your price. Now this is a scary one, especially starting off. For me, I'd say I have 3 clients. I have 2 clients, one's a friend. So yeah, I just sort of help him out. So I have 2 main clients and sort of the 3rd client. So at the start, it's like you want to keep them happy. You want to make sure you're doing everything, doing extra things, just to sort of build relationships, just make sure you start building a good brand. I want to move on to get 5 clients now. So I want three more clients, which I believe I can get. I aim to get before the end of the year. But I have done, so when I understand my value, once I finish my media pack in the next week, hopefully this weekend, I have to be willing to stick to that. And I have to be willing to stick by my guts. And obviously people are going to try to get discounts. This is what we do, it's business. And you should expect that. You shouldn't be annoyed if someone tries to get a discount on your valuation. It's business. We're always going to try, oh, I'll do a bit of this for you, I'll do a bit of this for you. And if it's a win-win, then great. Maybe there's some deal that can be made. But as a whole, you shouldn't be bringing down your price just to please someone. You shouldn't be bringing down your price just because, well, they say, oh, well, they charge this, they charge. No. If you genuinely know your results meet that value, and you genuinely know you can bring them times 10 whatever you're asking for, whatever it is, just times more what you're asking for, then there's no reason to drop that value at all, no matter what they say to you. I mean, unless you, again, like I said, if you strike a deal of them do something really big for you in another, yes, if it's a win-win, fantastic. But as a whole, you shouldn't be doing it. And again, it might just be a test. They're going to try to discount it. I would try to get some discount. I don't take upfront prices when people come with service. I always try to discount it. Of course, it's business. You want to save money. People are going to do it. But if you do it straight away like that, that devalues your position hugely. And instantly, if you're just going to discount £500 off like that, that makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. If we worked for it and it took me a bit of grinding to me to get it, I'd feel more comfortable. But if you just did it, snap of your fingers, and like didn't even think about it, that would worry me a bit. That would make me think you're not very confident in your value. And if you're not confident in your value, I'm not confident in your value. So it's really key you know that you have to be strong and have strong will to not necessarily take on some clients, or maybe even drop some. I mean, your business will outgrow some people. It will, and you have to see it as a good thing. It might be sort of a bit upsetting to kind of damage a relationship, but you have to understand at the end of the day, they have to understand you're growing, and that's a fantastic thing. So understand that, and just don't be scared to just say. Basically, don't be scared to say no. Okay, so that's a really important one. So that was number 2. Number 3, don't get taken advantage of. Number 3, don't get taken advantage of. Now, this is an important one, and one that some may say it's kind of how you perceive it, because like you can start with value. So for instance, I'm working with an events company and I start with value. We're sorting out costing for me. However, it's sort of because they're getting going, they're breaking to other cities, it's sort of the cash flow doesn't necessarily meet what I would expect at first, but because I see the value in the opportunity and the amazing opportunities I could gain through this, I'm happy to go forward currently with a lower price, because I just see the potential of other opportunities through other things I enjoy. So it's a bit of a funny one. If you truly know there's massive potential in other areas that are going to support you in other areas, then maybe you can accept a discounted price for assurance. But again, as a whole, you got to make sure you're not getting taken advantage of, because again, people are going to look for discounts. They're going to try to take advantage of his business. If I can get it free or discounted for him and he's just as much value, I'm going to take him. I want to save money and make more money. Simple as that. So you have to know when there's a time to give free value to prove your worth, and then there's a cut-off point of you can't do that for 3, 4, 5 months. Maybe a few weeks, maybe a month, I would say at tops. And I wouldn't even go for free at that point. I would just give a discounted price or whatever it is, and I'll explain that in another point. But you have to be careful of not getting taken advantage of. And a good thing to keep an eye on this is having a mentor, keeping an eye out for you. understanding your competition and what they value themselves, have really good understanding. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm just going to analyze all like digital marketing agencies and services and just understand what's the sort of norm and average pricing, and then I'll sort of price myself accordingly. So understanding pricing in your industry, having a mentor to keep an eye out for you, making sure you're just not doing everything for free. Never work for free is the saying. I'm going to sort of kind of argue that in the next one, but as a whole, you should never work for free. And just make sure you're not taking advantage of, because people will. And they'll do it for as long as possible, because people want deals, people want to save money, they want to make money. So be careful of that, guys. So that was number 3. Number 4, give free value when needed. Give free value when needed. See, this is where it gets interesting, because people would argue you should never work for free. And I get that saying, and I believe that to an extent, but where I'm coming with this, where I'm coming with a free value, for example, my channel now, I started my channel 4 weeks ago, I think. And the reason I'm doing this is, well, there's a few reasons. My why is because I genuinely get a buzz and enjoy helping people. I genuinely love helping entrepreneurs and people who just want to push themselves out of the norm, out of being average. I just love helping people. And then there's the business aspect of it of, I want to build my personal brand. I want to build my personal brand that increases my valuation, and that allows me to achieve my end goal at the moment, which is to go and do public speaking and teach startups digital marketing, getting through all the noise of digital marketing, and do a lot of public speaking events, and basically run off through a service of me, through courses, ebooks, books, and all sorts of stuff like that. So there's lots of revenue streams there. So that's why I feel that doing a YouTube channel and documenting myself as much as I can. Now I'm doing it 6 days a week. Like, I never thought I'd do that in a million years, but I'm doing it and I'm grinding at it. And I'm giving free value. All this value is free. To give you an example of how much, like, again, I struggle to value myself, so I'm struggling to do this, but to give you an example of how powerful my value I'm giving you now, on events and seminars and workshops and exhibitions, I've definitely spent over $2,500, okay? So I've spent $2,500 on basically learning since university, since leaving university, okay? I spent over $2,500 on just, well, a bit during university, but mainly after university, just exhibitions, events, seminars, workshops. I spent $2,500. So you might see that as a lot and scary, but I've learned so much from that, and I've increased my value, I've increased my businesses, I've increased just so many aspects of my happiness. I'm much happier, I'm much more confident, I have less anxiety, like everything is increasing. So I see nothing but value in it. So you have to understand that me giving free value is, obviously I have reasons behind it, but it's needed in my end goal. So you have to understand when you need to give free value. But again, you have to be careful you're not getting taken advantage of. I'm not getting taken advantage of it because I love what I do and I'm building my personal brand to hit my end goal. And you need to understand when you can give free value to prove your worth, which is the next one actually, but to give free value and get people to engage with you through, because you can't, it's like when you're trying to strike a deal, you can't just go in straight away and go, I want this. Like, you have to give them a bit of value first. It's just not the way to do it. You can't just, it's like going in a networking meeting. You can't just go up to someone and go, all right, I need office space. Does anyone have office space? No, all right, there's no point talking to you. No, you don't go like that. You try and gain value through committing your services to them. Say, oh, well, what can I do for you? You go in first with saying, what can I do for you? Not, what can you do for me? Obviously, that might be the end goal, but you say, what can I do for you? And by leading with value, it will instantly build a great relationship, a strong relationship that people, and they'll have much more love for you. Because you're not out to get anything. You're just straight up giving them value. Like, yep, I'll do that. I'll give you a free consultation. Obviously, not going to give tons of free value because again, you can't get taken advantage of. Again, people push that. But giving a bit of free value will support that relationship and will allow you to then get your foot in the door to be like, because they'll 9 times out of 10 they'll come back to you and say, well, is there anything I can do for you? Like, it's amazing what you just did for me. Is there anything? They go, oh yeah, actually, well, you can get me this. I'm looking for some office space. Do you? And they're like, yep, cool, I'll sort your office space. Like, or they might put them in contact with someone. So it's so key to lead with, to give free value when needed, to improve your position, improve your value. But again, you have to be careful of being taken advantage of. So it's a balance, and that's why I said there's sort of a bit of argument between never working for free, but getting your foot in the door. It's a funny one. I believe you should give free value in order to get your foot in the door, and that's going on to my fifth one. Number 5, prove your value. Number 5, prove your value. So this is very relatable to a new job. Especially with like social media marketing agencies and digital marketing, they look for creative ways. Other sort of big law firms and financial firms, they'll be a lot more strategic, and the recruitment will be a lot more formalized. But within the digital and the creative industries, it's a lot more creative. So proving your value, I would say, is a lot more straight. Is a bit more easier to explain in the creative industries because, for instance, Social Chain, Manchester-born company, an amazing social media agency with the CEO of Stephen Bartlett. I follow a lot of his stuff. He's a great guy. Met him once before. He was an interesting guy. But he hammers on as well. You have to lead with value. You have to prove your value, because you can say, oh, I've got this result, this result, this result, this result. It's all just words and faff until they see your value. Like, I can sell myself big and I can make myself look good, but until I've proven to that person, they're not really certain. They're not really certain of their value. So you have to prove and keep to what you promise. That's huge of your value, because otherwise you're gonna make bad relationships, bad word of mouth, and you're gonna have to decrease your price, which you're never wanting to do. You're always increasing your price, increasing your value. So make sure that you keep to your results, understand that you can prove your results, and that you can achieve what you promise. That's so key, that you can achieve what you promise and that you know your value in order to prove it. Another sort of example is what I say, sort of to balance the not working free, not getting out, not to get taken advantage of, is the ratchet principle. That's a finance term. So you could say to an new employee, say, look, let's say this is a hypothetical. You'll pay £1,000 for this role. I'll go, okay, that's fine. As I'm starting off, how about we do this? Just for the first month, you pay me £500. But if I prove my worth, then you pay me the full 1,000, and we carry on. Or by doing that, you will gain their confidence. And because if you're confident in your results and there's no question in your mind you can achieve results, you're still going to get £1,000, but it gives them more confidence and gives them less risk. And it's like a trial basis. You're always on trial in the first month, so that's allow them to trial you with less risk. So they're instantly warming to you because you're that confident. That's quite a ballsy thing to do, especially in your first job. Money's quite important for the first year or two, because you're probably moving out on everything. So it shows you're confident, and that's really key, being confident in your value. It just comes back to being confident in yourself. And again, people will not be interested in paying your value and will not be confident in you if you're not confident in you. It always starts with you. You have to be confident in your value. Otherwise, other people won't be. They won't pay you out because they'll just see straight through you. So it's so important. It comes down to these 5 points: is confidence in your value, and that you can honestly achieve the results you promise. Don't bullshit. Like, just don't. It's because they're gonna find out so quickly. If you genuinely know you can achieve certain results in your industry, then brilliant. Put them in a media pack and push that as your selling point. So that's what it comes down to, is just confidence in results. So it's really key. Whew, we finished it. It was a great one. That was a good one. I enjoyed that a lot. I actually learned a lot from that, just speaking. That's why I love doing this as well, guys, is that I learn from this as well. Like, for sure, like I'm curating this content for you to gain value, but like I learn so much because it reconfirms my knowledge and then makes me think more. So that's again another avenue of why I do this, because I learn more, and I love learning. So I'll go through them again. Shall I go through them again just to number them off? Number 1, always be looking to increase your value in order to increase your price. Never be decreasing your price. Number 2, don't be scared to drop or not take on clients if they're unlikely to pay your price. Number 3, don't get taken advantage of. Very important one. Number 4, give free value when needed. Give free value when needed, when it can improve your position, improve your value. And number 5, prove your value. Prove it. Prove your results. Prove what you promised. Don't lie. Prove your value, and you will increase it and increase it and achieve whatever monetary goal you so desire. So guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. I love doing it. I love doing these videos. I really do. I'm really getting into the swing of these videos. I thought I was really going to struggle with doing them daily. I mean, the only day I don't do it at the moment is Sunday. And I thought not in a million years would I be able to keep up with that. But I'm doing it, and I feel fine. Like, it's not annoying me. I'm loving it. I'm just getting happier every video. I always get buzzed and excited. I'm always so happy after it. So I'm loving it. I hope you're getting value from it. Again, if you've got any feedback, I love feedback. It allows me to improve it. It improves it for you. So give me feedback or any comments on the video, any questions, queries about the video, any videos. You can either comment below or DM me, whatever you want to do. It's absolutely fine with me. Again, please like, subscribe, depending where you're watching it. Like, subscribe, drop the notifications, just engage. I'd love to engage with you. It'd be great to speak to you and learn more about your businesses and learn more about your issues and how we can improve each other and bring value to each other. As always, please follow me on all social media. Twitter is @ScottMears_. Facebook is @ScottMearsEntrepreneur, and YouTube is @ScottMears. I really hope you enjoyed that, guys. I know I did. I'll see you tomorrow at the next one. See you then, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.